so I can finally tell you that the hard work does pay off, even if it's not instant. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Emma here, and I have a super exciting, slightly scary, big life update to share with all of you guys. And this is something I've known for a while and I've kept a secret, or only my close friends and family have known about, and I've been so excited to get on this channel and talk about it with you guys, tell you all about it, and it's been really hard to keep it a secret, and I was really scared about slipping up and talking about it on my channel by accident. And now there are a couple of opportunities coming up to talk about it, and I don't want to accidentally trip myself up before I've sat down and done this video and shared the news with you guys. But before I get into the news, I'd kind of like to talk a little bit about how my life has gotten to this point, what I was doing before I got to this point, and elaborate on why I've waited so long to tell you. So all of you will know by now that I studied English literature at the University of Cambridge. I graduated a year ago, and a lot of you will have seen my video about rejection or failure, or why I got rejected from every grad scheme I applied to, so that's probably a good place to start. So the summer before I started my third year, I was looking at graduate schemes, graduate jobs, and I sent away lots and lots and lots of applications. I kept a huge spreadsheet of everything I'd applied to, and as you guys know, I got rejected by everything I'd applied to. And I said to you guys in my rejection video, a lot of this was down to not knowing what career I wanted to go into, not knowing what sector I wanted to go into, and just generally being a little bit clueless about what was coming after university. I'd never sat down and really thought about it enough. I just applied to everything that was out there and hoped that someone would respond to me. And that was probably one of my biggest mistakes, because my passion definitely wouldn't have come through in any of my applications. As you know though, I did find a graduate job, which, as I've said, is very different to a graduate scheme. On a graduate scheme, you might spend a couple of years training, you'll have specialised training courses and workshops to do with your fellow graduates, whereas in a graduate job, you're more likely to just have a couple of weeks training and you're straight into the job, and you'll sort of acquire skills and gain knowledge as you go. They're quite similar, but there are very subtle differences. Anyway, I got into my grad job, and as you guys know, I really love this job. I've had a great time here. I'm in a communications role, which is something I've loved doing, and if anything, I wasn't particularly sure about what kind of job I did want to go into, but I did know it was something communications related. And that's part of the reason I set up this YouTube channel as well, to hone my communication skills, my creative skills, gain confidence speaking to a camera, my presentation skills, video editing as well. And as I've said, I'm so grateful to have had this year to slow down, work remotely, do a job I love with colleagues I love at a company I love, and I was so grateful for the opportunity I was given by this company and the faith my colleagues put in me, and I've loved every minute of working there. Like, every minute. I've really enjoyed my time here. But one thing in the back of my mind throughout this job was knowing that it potentially wasn't something I wanted to do forever. I'm still young, I want to travel. This job has been permanently remote, and it's likely that I wouldn't have gone into an office even after the pandemic had sort of subsided and things were getting back to normal. And I knew I wanted a job that was in office, seeing people every day, working with clients, or having lots of face-to-face interactions, working with my fellow colleagues, making friends, and having a really sociable job that involved a lot of communication. So this kind of brings me onto my bit of exciting but scary news. So I'm actually leaving my current job at the moment. Some of you might sort of get a hint of this when you notice that I'm doing a lot of traveling. I'm heading to London next week, then Cornwall with my friends, and I might be traveling up and down the UK a little bit more just to take a break from work, the break I should have had last year. Obviously, after I graduated, I'd really hoped to go traveling. Obviously, none of that's possible because of COVID-19, but I did want that small, you know, month, 2-month break before starting work, where I could really just be free for the first time in my life, free of school, free of university, no work, no commitments, and just enjoy my time, because once you start a job, you're in work for the rest of your life. So I have decided to leave my current job with a very, very heavy heart, but that is not all. I've actually been offered a place on a graduate scheme. And the reason I'm telling you this now is because I wanted to get my rejection failure video out there first to show you guys the ups as well as the downs. I didn't want you guys to think that it's so easy to walk straight into a job and that everybody does it, and then when you feel like you're the only person, because that's how I felt for a very long time. So I wanted to share my experience of failures first, so I can finally tell you that the hard work does pay off, even if it's not instant, and now I can share with you my successes. So I bet a lot of you are wondering, what's the graduate scheme? Where are you headed? What are you doing? And I definitely want to share all of these things with you. I'll share some of them briefly now, but maybe in the future I could do a new job Q&A and maybe a couple of videos on my onboarding week or my experience in the job. And when I gain more experience, I definitely love to do videos on my job role or life on a graduate program, on a graduate scheme, what training is like, what it's like to work with my fellow graduates, and you guys can send in questions about that. But for now, the basics. I've been offered a place on a business management graduate scheme, which, yes, is, you know, kind of maybe not what you'd expect of an English graduate, but I think that's another reason I want to talk about it on my channel, because if you are like me and you did a humanities degree, you might not know what options are out there for you. As I've said, I had no idea myself what industry or career I wanted to go into, and I've taken this year to sort of find my footing, work out what I think would be good for me, and I've managed to get this place on a graduate scheme that is sort of the graduate scheme of my dreams. I'm really excited to start, and I want to show you what options are open to you as a humanities student. You might not think this is something you could get into, but it definitely is. So the program is, as I've said, a business management graduate scheme, and it's with one of the largest supermarket chains in the UK. And it's a 2-year program with 2 12-month rotations. So that means I'll spend 1 year working in one department of the business and then the second year in a different department of the business. And what I really loved about this scheme is it's a new scheme that's just been introduced. And when they explained the scheme to us on the assessment centre day, they said they'd done their research and they realised that most graduates don't know what they want to do when they leave university. And hands up, that was me. Like, I had no idea what I wanted to do. So instead, they've offered this generic business scheme, and they match you based on your skill set and your current experience to a job role or a function or a department in their business that they think you would be best suited to. So in the first year, you get placed somewhere that is within your skill set, within your comfort zone, and then in the second year, they might push you out towards something a little bit further outside of your comfort zone. And the idea is that you just have the opportunity to try so many different things, learn new skills, work out what job roles are available that you might have never even heard of. I know the role I've been put in, I didn't realise was out there or that I would be suited to it, but my employers clearly think that I am up to the challenge, so it'll be very interesting to see how I work in this role and how I perform. And then I think I should be able to suggest what I've enjoyed about this role or what I didn't enjoy so much, and maybe shape my future at this company and sort of pave my way and try new things. If I don't like it, I can try something else until I find something that really clicks with me. And that's what really appeals to me as someone that has no business experience. I don't have much work experience either, so it's a really, really fantastic opportunity to just try what's out there. So now onto the exciting bit. I found out just yesterday what job role I'd be going into. So I'll be working as a food buyer in fresh food. I feel very out of my depth. When I read this, I thought, what on earth? I was expecting to be put in communications, maybe something marketing, advertising, campaigns, something to do with sort of creative marketing, kind of like the stuff I've been doing at the company I'm in at the minute, making marketing presentations and materials, e-learning materials. And this is just so unlike anything I've done before. And I never would have guessed that they'd put me in this environment or in this role. But they clearly have seen something in me that they think would make a good match in this role. I definitely talked about fresh food and sustainability and environmental ethics in my interview, so maybe that's what has encouraged them to put me in this role. They might think that I have an interest in that, which I am interested in that for sure. but they might think that maybe I have the thought process to be in this role. Now let me tell you, when I read this, I was like, what? Like, this sounds so much fun, but I'm so giddy and scared and excited all at the same time. I think I saw data and analytics tools and just thought, I have not done maths since my GCSE exams. Like, I really don't feel like I'm suited to this. But I think after taking a step back and realising, well, actually, I do have strong analytical skills, even if I haven't worked with numbers for a long time. I do have strong client skills, communication skills. I'm used to speaking with clients regularly, and maybe they think that those skills mean I'm suited to negotiation and working with clients. So the more I started to pick out the details of the job role and sort of compare them to what I'm doing at the minute, what I talked about in my interview, the more I started to realise that actually I do think I will be suited to this job, and I need to just believe in myself and have the confidence to sort of learn new things, be out of my depth, and just grow as much as I can and try new things as much as I can. So I am really, really excited. I can't wait to start. And the most exciting part is I will have to move for the job. So I think, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, I think I might be moving to London. And you guys know that I'm super scared of London. Like, I find it very vast, I find it very built up. It's a big, huge city. Like, it's the capital city. It's bustling and loud and busy, and I'll have to learn how to work tubes and how to navigate the city and get around, and that's really daunting for me. But I think this is going to be a really exciting opportunity for me to keep sort of maturing, growing up, learning how to become more independent, and I'm really, really excited and scared, but I think that's okay too. It's a big, scary new chapter in my life and a big leap of faith as well. And like all graduates, I will be going through that experience of really moving somewhere new, being in a job role I've never done before, meeting new people. And I really think this is sort of the next chapter in my life, and I'm really excited to see where it takes me. And I feel really great being able to share this with you guys as well, and I hope I can make content on this in the future that will help you guys and explain what the role is and what I'm doing, because you guys are going to be learning about it alongside me. I probably know as much as you do about what this is, and I can't wait to document that and share it with you. So I hope you've liked this little bit of news I've had to share with you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll try and answer them, but I'm not really sure I will be able to answer them because I don't really know much more than this. And let me know if you've made it onto a graduate scheme recently and what that will entail for you, or what graduate schemes you might be looking at, what industries and sectors you might be looking at. I find it really interesting just to see what other people's options are as well, and it might help someone like me who didn't know what they wanted to go into just to learn more about what's out there. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.